Welcome back to San Antonio Living. This morning we are coming to you live from the beautiful courtyard at the McNay Art Museum. And San Antonio is very lucky to have this collection here. In fact, San Antonio is one of only 5 cities that has the collection. Before coming here, the exhibit was in Rome and San Francisco. And after it leaves San Antonio, it will head to Tokyo and then Seattle. So we certainly encourage you to get out here and see the beautiful collection. But if you can't, I've got a sneak peek. Take a look. Well, this morning we are getting our first look inside the newest exhibit here at the McNay, and I have found my favorite picture. Yes, I've always been a cat lady, and it looks like Renoir was as well. Daniela, this is a fabulous portrait. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, this is a wonderful portrait by Pierre-Auguste Renoir.
Okay.
You can see just, how he loved to play with texture, not only the texture in the painting itself, but the fact that this cat is kind of like fluffy and you just want to touch him the way this girl is enjoying him. And we're very happy about this exhibition in particular because a lot of the artists that you see represented in this exhibition are part of the McNay's permanent collection.
Okay.
So we really want people to discover that within the McNay, even when this exhibition is long gone, you'll be able to enjoy paintings by these artists. They're part of our permanent collection.
Tell me about this piece over here. That is another beautiful portrait.
Well, this piece over here is also by Pierre-Auguste Renoir, and it's a portrait of a very sophisticated lady from the era, also painted, with a more muted palette, but it's just wonderful, and we're delighted to have it.
So as I look at all the different paintings, I want to know a little bit about Impressionism. How does an artist become an Impressionist? It sounds like a club.
Most of them were definitely friends with each other, and commented on each other, bounced off of each other on ideas, and what it meant to be an Impressionist. And it's just a style that people enjoy. We are very lucky to have it in this city, and it just captures the light, I really think.
Well, let's go see some more paintings.
Yes.
Okay.
We're looking at a painting by Vincent van Gogh. This is one of our favorites here at the McNay, and this one is titled Flower Beds in Holland.
Oh, I'm in awe. It's absolutely beautiful. Now tell me about this little placard right next to it. What's that?
Oh, well, this is so exciting. What we did is that we put these around the museum, around the exhibition, so that people can see corresponding works of art by the same artist in our permanent collection.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this is the piece that travels, but then we've also got some Van Goghs that we can look at?
Yeah,
Very
and then we
nice.
can go on a scavenger hunt and find it.
I love that.
And the same goes for this one. So we have a portrait by Paul Gauguin, and you can see that there's a self-portrait by Paul Gauguin also in the McNay Permanent Collection, and I'm gonna go take you to find it.
Okay, well, let's go see it. All right, Daniela, where are we now?
We are in our Permanent Collection gallery.
Okay, and where's that Gauguin?
Right here.
Oh,
surprise.
There it is.
Yeah, so this is one of the main collection galleries,
okay,
where you will find a lot of the paintings that were painted by artists in Intimate Impressionism from the National Gallery of Art.
These stay
Permanent
here.
collection, they're owned by the McNay, good to go.
So if I ever get a feeling like I really need to see a Van Gogh, I know you guys have one here at the museum. In fact, that is the picture that we were also looking for in the permanent collection. Tell me a little bit about that piece.
Well, this piece is very important for us to have here in San Antonio. It's a piece by Vincent van Gogh. It's 2 women walking in the fields, and the really nice thing about it is that it's oil paint on paper, which is very rare, and it's something very delicate to keep and maintain and make sure that the elements don't get to it. So we're very excited to have it here. We think people are really enjoying this exhibition. It's just something that, who doesn't want something beautiful to look at,
Thank you so much for the private tour.
Thank you.
I'm going to go exploring and see some more pieces.
Yeah.
Thanks, Daniela.
Thank you.
Well, joining us back out here at the McNay Courtyard, 2 people very important getting this exhibit here. Dr. William Kiego is the director of the McNay Art Museum, and Heather Lammers is the collections manager. It's good to see you.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
Thanks for having us out here this morning.
Our pleasure.
I've been learning a lot, and it really is very exciting to have such an important collection here. But the McNay in itself is a work of art. Can you give us a little history on the McNay?
Well, the beautiful space that we're in now is the patio of Mrs. McNay's house that was built in the late 20s. And it is a beautiful spot. It's a garden spot in the center of the museum. And this house and the grounds really were acquired by Mrs. McNay and her husband back in the late 20s and then made into this park-like setting. And the house has wonderful Spanish colonial architecture, very much in keeping with San Antonio. And this patio is what you see from all the galleries in her house. It's a wonderful combination of nature and art.
It is a beautiful location. And of course, you've probably seen many weddings, wedding pictures always happening here at the McNay. I know, very many. Let's talk a little bit about the permanent collection, because we mentioned that in the story. There are some pieces that are on permanent display here at the McNay.
Right. The collection is really strong in French painting, which is one of the reasons why we wanted to bring intimate impressionism here. So there are many works that are very close companions to works from the National Gallery. So wonderful works by Sisley, by Pissarro, Monet, all the artists of French Impressionism and the Post-Impressionists like Gauguin and Van Gogh. So yes, it's a great French collection. We're strong in American painting, and the museum also has very special collections of works on paper, including a very important collection of Mexican graphics, and then a gigantic collection of theater arts, the Tobin Collection of Theater Arts, formed by Robert Tobin, and has fantastic holdings, including amazing Russian designs from the early 20th century. This collection really spreads out, including on the grounds. Our sculpture collection has grown tremendously outside as well as inside.
And of course, Heather, the highlight right now is the French Impressionism exhibit. What does it take to get something like that here in San Antonio?
Well, a show like this is years in the making. We started negotiations several years ago.
About 4 years.
Yeah, and then of course you get into all the contracts, the nuts and bolts, because as you can imagine, the shipping, the insurance, all of that is very complex. My colleague Rebecca Dankert handles a million details. But really it's the whole staff coming together. Our education department works with the education team and the curatorial team to put together the interpretive materials, to plan programming. Our installation team designs the galleries and sets the light levels to make sure that the paintings are displayed just as they need to be. Everybody comes together to pull a show like this together.
Well, you saw in the story, my favorite painting is all of the portraits with cats in them. I love cats. But I've got to ask you, what is your favorite piece in the exhibit?
Well, I'm pretty partial to cats too, but I think that probably my favorite are any of the pieces where there's a direct connection to the McNay, because I feel like I know this collection backwards and forwards, and so it's been fun to have pieces here that make me look at them in a new way. We have a self-portrait by Paul Gauguin, and there's a self-portrait by Paul Gauguin in this collection. And seeing the two of them side by side, you really kind of get more insight into the artist, and I think that's a neat part of this show.
Well, the exhibit is amazing. I've had the chance to look at it several times, and I want to encourage everyone to come out and see it for yourself. And of course, the McNay Art Museum is on New Braunfels. You can't miss it. It's a beautiful setting, beautiful location. If you have questions about the hours of the museum or some of the fun things going on in conjunction with this exhibit, check the website. It's mcnayart.org, or call the number on your screen, 824-5368. Again, 824-5368. All right, coming up next.